All right, everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Consistency Podcast. Today we got a special guest with us today, D1.Dreamz. Um,
What's
this is
going on, y'all?
someone Frank has met. So I'm allow him to introduce him, and I'm allow Frank to introduce D1, and then we'll kind of just get things rolling. So, welcome back, everyone.
Well, first of all, welcome everyone to WeTheSauce. And you know, when I met D1, he was he was a very familiar story for me. Growing up around the way and the boogie down, you had to make it happen. And yeah, sometimes you can kind of let things happen, but then if you really want to see something jump off, you have to make it happen. And I was in the barber shop, and he just dropped a line in the barber shop. In fact, he he challenged another guy to a rap dude, like right on the spot.
Okay.
And the guy the guy, you know, no shade, but the guy didn't want any smoke. So that's just how it went. So, you know, I grew up around battle rapping, and so that showed me something right away, that he was willing to take that challenge. He had the confidence to take on that challenge, because he had not heard this guy. He only heard what they said about this guy. This guy was on his own turf too.
Mm-hmm.
This guy was on his own turf. So that showed me something. But the other thing that impressed me about him, which is how Dre and I got together, and I probably will share this story kind of all the time, and this is part of how this podcast became known as the Consistency Podcast. It was because of Dre's consistency. We met in the community. He was at a community meeting that I was attending. But as you can see, I got some white hair. And so there's kind of an expectation that, Unc, old school, or whatever people would want to call somebody that got white hair. We're kind of expected to show up. But then I saw this cat. He kept showing up. I said, "This is different," because the first meeting or two, you kind of expect them to show up, but then he kept showing up. I said, so that's how we got to talking. And D1, he followed up. He followed up a few times. Matter of fact, it was a while ago since I got a haircut when I met him. Now, no, I got a haircut since then, but what I mean is,
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
it was a while. It was a while ago since we met, and he followed up. So that was also impressive. That showed me that he was serious, because, as we talk about in this podcast, if you're serious, then you're going to follow up. But if you and some people may beg to differ, they might just say, "Well, hell, I just keep it moving." Yes and no, because most of the people who I know who are very successful, at some point they realized that they had to follow up, because if they didn't, then it wasn't going to happen for them. That's just the nature of it. At some point, you have to follow up. So with that being said, welcome, D1. Tell our audience a little about you, where you from, and how you got into the game. The mic is
All
yours.
right. Uh, okay. Well, first and foremost, I want to take a second and just say I appreciate y'all for having me on the podcast. I definitely appreciate the opportunity to be able to be here and share my story. So a little bit about me. Um, I'm Caribbean American. From Clarkson, Georgia. My dad is Guyanese. My mom's Belizean and Haitian. She's from the Bronx, New York. I got a little bit of a mixed background between both cities, so I'm a little bit of a peach and an apple. You know what
Same
I'm
here.
saying? I got into the music game when I was 16 years old. I started out writing poetry. I started out, well, my big sister was a poet, and I started out writing poetry. Like, she took me to her poetry slams and stuff. I would see her get snaps. And then that's what motivated me into getting into writing. And I started making music as a way of dealing with, you know what I'm saying, mental health issues or like depression and things of that nature. And I'm just grateful to be in a position where I'm grateful to be in a position where my words and my message has been able to inflict change in people's lives. You know what I'm saying? Something God blessed me with, I've been able to use for a benefit to His creation. So I'm glad to be here and tell y'all more about that.
Okay, dope, man. Yeah, I'm from New York originally too, so
What
kind of like
part?
Long Island, Oceanside, New York.
Okay, okay. I
Hmm.
used to live on Putnam in Nordstrom, Best Style, do or die. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
okay, okay. Yeah, nah, that's what's up, man. Um, well, Frank, did you? I was gonna let Frank lead before I get into my questions. So yeah, y'all.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. This is, you know how we do.
As I was saying, I don't have, or well, do you have? You said you had music that you wanted to show us first, or did you want to kind of
Oh
talk a
yeah.
little bit
So
more?
as of right now, I'm negotiating with United Masters to get it back on all platforms,
Okay,
but I do have a SoundCloud. You could just look me up, D1.Dreamz. I'm gonna say BFM in the profile picture, and I want to go ahead and let y'all listen to Cold World because there's a good story behind that one.
okay. Hold on, give me a second while I log in the SoundCloud on my computer. Oh, hold on.
So while Dre is loading that up, so tell me about this angle because that really is important to me. See, I, I knew that I knew that there was some heavier focus behind the work that you were doing. So tell me what you're doing to support people on the mental health front, because there's a lot of people who are challenged in that area today.
Yeah. So me personally, I first got exposed to what mental health was when I was 18 years old. That was the first time I was hospitalized. And yeah, going through that maze of going through that going through that trial and tribulation right there really opened up my eyes to it really opened up my eyes to how important it is to really speak on your emotions and have emotional intelligence and really not let things get you to a point of burnout or crash out. You feel what I'm saying? Like one thing I'm noticing, well, something that I've done for mental health is like I'm real active with organizations like NAMI. That's the national that's the National Association for Mental Illness. I'm also real active in my community. My mom, she's the owner and founder of the Clarkston Community Festival. So that was actually founded after a family friend of ours committed suicide to bullying, and we were trying to figure out what can we do as a community to, or what does the community need to be able to keep tragedies from this like that happening. And we've been able to partner with we've been able to partner with the Cab County school system. We're actually partnering with the World Cup this year. So it's
Wow.
it's um it's a lot of what one thing that I can say is I wouldn't be able to navigate my mental crises or my mental battles without the support of my community and the people that are behind me, such as my mom, my father, and my sisters. I'm the only boy of seven children, so I have a real big nurturing community behind me, and I wouldn't be able to progress without their support. You feel what I'm saying? So
Hold on,
Excuse me.
I did just
I wouldn't.
find the thing. Oh, sorry, my bad. You keep going.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to progress without their support. So I I provide the support that I've received, and the knowledge and the experience that I've gained through going through my own trials and tribulations. I use to impart on younger generations or anybody that comes across me. Really, I just the way I look at it, I talk to the people I wish I could talk to when I'm talking to people. You feel me? And when I talk to people, I also talk to myself. So that way I'm never leading anybody wrong. You feel me? So yeah.
The other thing, and then I'm gonna let Dre play the track. The other thing that I appreciate about your story is that you were willing to give a shout out to your sister. You kind of made me think about Reggie Miller and Cheryl Miller because Reggie tells a story about his sister dogging him in basketball and playing a role in him ended up having an interest in it. And of course, he's a Hall of Famer today, as is she. And so, you know, that's that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool that you recognize the impact that she had. Because sometimes people don't go that way. They make it seem as though you know they completely got it out of the mud on their own. There wasn't anybody that helped them. It was just them.
See, one thing, a quote that's been imparted on me that I keep close to my heart is, if you want to go fast, go alone. You want to go far, go together. You feel me? I wouldn't be able to be here without the people that supported me when I wasn't able to run. You know what I'm saying? So I don't ever I feel like you're not a real individual if you're not able to give props and kudos to the people that supported you, because they didn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like love is an action, and when people show you that they love you, you should show it back, in my opinion.
Good stuff.
For sure, for sure. Okay, I found the found your page. Which song did you say you wanted to play? Hold on, I'm gonna share the screen real
Uh
quick.
I wanted to play Cold World.
Cold World.
That's
Okay.
featuring my.
Whoa, hold on. Dang.
Kudos to him to where we are in the game now. So I'm glad I'm able to share this with y'all.
Yeah, sorry about that. I hit as soon as I hit share screen, it just shut down my whole Google Chrome. But I think we're still good. Yeah, on the stream. So let me share that now. Okay, let me share that. Dang, does it do it again? Okay, I can't do that. All right, my bad. I can't share it. I was trying to share it as a Google tab. I don't know. Sorry, everyone. But the good thing is it did restart our. Oh no, no, it didn't. I thought it restarted our timer. But okay, let me try and share it a different way. I'm gonna share my window or share the entire screen. There we go.
So while we're working on that, the community festival, when is that?
So I believe it's going to be May the 5th.
Okay, so that's right around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
All right, can we see everything?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
So we're gonna scroll down right there, Cold World.
okay. Here we go.
If you want love, you gon' have to go through the pain. If you want love, you gon' have
Can
to
you hear
learn
it?
how to change.
I can. Oh, you guys can't hear
Can
it?
you?
We can't hear it.
You can't hear it? Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me see. Let me see my settings. It should have shared my audio. Let me see. Let me stop presenting. Also share tab audio. Okay. Okay, here we go. My bad. Okay, now we should be able to. You guys should be able to hear now. Let me start it over.
You gon' have to learn how
I
to
can hear it.
change. If you want trust, you gon' have to give some away. If you want love, if you want.
I know. I had to settle this shit in and feel it in my soul. In life, whenever you feel right is when they do you wrong. You can't take none of that to heart, that shit gon' slow you roll. I'm solid just like gold when they Versace on my road. I feel like I done beat some odds, but knowing life is just a start. They telling me my music sounding way too soft, it's from the heart. Don't give a fuck about what they saying, in my life they play no part. I push the button, turn the whip off, and this bitch know in the park, yeah. And it's a cold world, tryna tell me all them lies, oh you a cold girl. Telling me you different than all of these other old girls. I ain't fucking with the shit that you had told, girl.
And I ain't fucking with them lies that they had told you. Everything but 20s, yeah, baby, I'm your go-to. I just keep it real, maybe I'm just old school. I'm just hoping you don't fall too. But don't mind me, don't mind me, don't mind me, don't mind me. I'm just in my thoughts. Can you remind me all them dreams you striving for? Tell me about the cause. I'm trying to see some people right, and I ain't talking in a jail cell. I'm trying to send them out for my brother, tell him farewell. Got killed in cold blood, left his body in the stairwell. This the type of shit stuck in my head just like some hair gel. Can tell just by my name I stand out. Been coming out my shell, I done started branching out. Just don't get too fucking close, I up this bitch and everybody fanning out. I'm a stand up guy, so for my morals, I ain't never standing down. Brand new fit, I come from hand-me-downs. When you see me up, guess who's laughing now? I'ma sip and smoke till I'm passing out. I got a lot of goals, I can't go crashing out.
All homies like old clothes, guess I just outgrew them people. Frame my picture perfectly, I guess you ain't fit in the picture. No money, not Kodak, sometimes I wish it could've been different, yeah. Picture painting with my words like a lyrical Da Vinci. I don't get stuck on my past and put me in this position. And I don't gotta fake it, I'ma be the same young nigga till I make it. I'ma keep on dreaming on till the Lord take me. Don't wanna talk, don't call my phone, nigga. If ain't about to guap, nigga, leave me alone. Walking through this world all on my own. Gave this shit my all, don't got much to show. Shit I done seen, let me traumatize. Shit ain't been the same since my partners died. Fighting with these demons, nigga, every night. Boy, you don't know about this fucking life. I'm from the south, from the bottom, made my way up north. Done chased my dreams from Atlanta, now I'm in New York. That's why they call me ATL, that's what they know me for. Yeah, you know how I bleed, I'm a Zoe, ain't the same. I'ma bleed for mine till ain't no blood up in my veins. Girl, recognize real and I ain't never seen your face. Been doing me, all my loyalty stay the same. I'm with my sandbox niggas till the grave. Find the pressure, reminiscing on better days. I can't even lie, lately I've been in a dark place. I've been on my knees praying for these hard times to change. Asking God for a miracle cause I was losing faith in them. Life ain't adding up, I hope these actions tried to pain in it. Love was never hungry, I devour what's on my plate with them. Blood don't make you family and I know it's hard to see. Love don't make you loyal, guess who taught that shit to me? Took the hard away like the Sean, the pain got me fed up. Pressure might drive me insane, told doctor up my meds up. The pills ain't working, roll a spliff to hold my head up. Yeah, roll a spliff to hold my head up. Hold my head up. You want let me hear that shit.
That's what's up, man. So
Okay.
when did you guys put that out?
So we actually went to the studio on my homeboy True's birthday, and we made 3 songs. It's like, because it's only really the three of us in our friend group, so we made 3 songs, and each one of us got a song. You
Mm-hmm.
feel me? So I put mines out first because I was tired of waiting on my boys. We working on a little project together, but my boys, they be dragging their feet sometimes when it comes to the music. So you gotta lead by example sometimes. So I went ahead and dropped mines first, created the cover art for it and everything.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Wow. Wow. So when you say you created your own cover art, so you've got some skills in that area, or our last show we talked about how a lot of people are using AI to do just about everything. So,
Literally. My uncle actually wrote a book on how to integrate AI into your businesses and things of that nature. His name's Haj Bakari. I'm actually the head of marketing at his restaurant, or lounge on the West End, Bakari's Pizza and Kava Lounge.
ah,
And yeah, I've been able to. One second. What was the question again? I apologize.
well, the question was whether or not you've got some specific artistic skills that allowed you to do your own cover design, or was it
Oh
more or
yeah.
less you tapping into AI's ability?
Oh yeah, so I definitely, one thing about this music thing, especially when you an independent artist, it's a lot of stuff is caught, not taught. You feel what I'm saying? So a lot of the things you're gonna be out here figuring out on your own. And that was something I was struggling with for a long time, was finding cover art to drop my music with. So I will reach out to different Instagram graphic designers, things in that nature. I ended up getting scammed a couple of times, and I just decided it would be a profitable skill to have of my own. And I went and I invested the time and energy into learning how to do that, and now I'm able to provide that service to others. And that's what, one thing about me, like, I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit. So one thing I know is, if you're able to do something for yourself, you're able to market that skill and do it for others. So what I this is what I've been that's something I've been practicing in my craft for quite some time.
Okay. Real quick, so that was a heavy song. I mean, I was talking about a lot of loss there, so kind of speak to some of like what went into the actual process of like recording or the inspiration behind creating that song.
Okay. Um so one thing I pride myself on is my beat selection.
Hmm.
Uh that's where the song started at, for real. Like, I heard the sample and what it was saying, and I have my own experience with what that looks like in my life. So if you hear the sample, it says if you want love, you gonna have to go through the rain. If you want love, you gonna have to give some away. If you want love, and I just started to think about, what does love mean to me? Like, who are my loved ones? What are some things that I've been through in my experience with love? You know what I'm saying? Because people think love is all sunshine and rainbows, but it's a spectrum of emotions. And I don't even know how to explain love. I think people's been trying to explain love since the beginning of time. So
Age old question, man.
um yeah, bruh. Like, so what went in so when I played the beat and my boys decided that we was gonna run with it, I just sat there and I had an experience with with their freestyle because they ended up they we pretty much freestyled this whole track. It was and after listening to my boy's True Part and really understanding like the gravity of what it is that we've been through as a collective. Because one thing I don't like about this day and age is how desensitized everybody is to major life events. You feel me? Like a lot of times in this day and age, bro, we don't take the time to process our emotions about how we feel about certain things or how certain things have affected us, and that leads to because hurt people hurt other people, and when you don't heal your own wounds, you end up bleeding on people that didn't cut you. You know, so when I took into consideration what this experience meant to me, and I wanted to release how I really felt about a situation I never really talked much about. I lost my friend Matt when I was 18 years old. I made this song about 3 or 4 years later, so it's something that sat with me for quite some time. And when I finally decided to release it, it ended up turning into a 2 minute freestyle of just how I felt about a range of things. Because one thing about it is when you suppress one thing, like a layer of things under it come up. When you're releasing things and you're expressing yourself, you tend to express yourself in in a multifaceted way. So this was a way of me talking to my friend and also giving myself the closure that I needed about the situation. You know what I'm saying? Being that because a lot of things about losing Matt was tragic. Like it was the fact it was right after my graduation. I found out the day after. I missed the funeral. I didn't I didn't get to talk to his parents or anything of that nature. And like these are certain things that like weighed heavily on me because like I know what I would want my friends to do for my family and how I would want people to show up for me when my time comes, you know what I'm saying? So it took it took it took me forgiving myself, and this is what I was able to do on this track. Like really just be vulnerable. Like that's one thing I love about my music. Like when I get in the booth, I feel like it's just me talking to God, like me and the mic. Like it's nobody else in the world that could really judge what it is that I'm saying. Like I don't make I don't make music for fame or anything of that nature. So when I have a truly artistic experience in the booth, it's I feel like it's like a revelation from God for me. You know what I'm saying? Like him allowing me to use my gift in a way to yeah, just him allowing me to use my gift.
That's real.
One of the things, and I'm sure Dre has a follow-up question, but one of the things that I appreciate about you explaining your story the way that you have is what it says is that you've created a positive outlet to deal with those things that are challenging. Like Dre said, that particular cut, it definitely gave you the idea that there was some loss, some heavy loss that took place. And you found an outlet for it. And my hope is that, well, first of all, we know that everybody can't rap, but our hope is that somebody that's listening to this will say, okay, where is my outlet? For another person, it might be cooking. For a different person, it might be bike riding. For a lot of people, it's neither of those. It's some kind of behavior that is counterproductive. So again, my hope is that if nothing else, that a person walks away saying, okay, how can I rechannel this energy in a different way so that I can get a positive product out of this?
Definitely.
Oh yeah,
But
you go. No, you go.
no, no, no. Go ahead, brother.
I was gonna ask who were some of like your musical inspirations or some of the people who you currently listen to and like who you kind of mimic your or not mimic your style, but like look to and look for like
Inspired
yeah,
me.
inspiration.
Um, so definitely one of my biggest inspirations, Polo G.
Okay.
Um, I actually, if you go on my SoundCloud right now and you scroll down to the very first post, my very first song was a remix to Polo G's Battle Cry.
Okay. Yeah.
And that song in particular, it got me through. That was the first. It got me through a real dark time in my life. Like when I first left home, I left home when I was 16 to go chase my dreams playing football in New York. And the thing about chasing your dreams is your dreams not the only thing that come with you. You feel me? It comes with a lot of tests and trials and tribulations.
For sure.
And so when you're in the thick of those, when you're in the thick of your metamorphosis, it's gonna be a lot of it's gonna be a lot of mixed emotions. And one thing that Polo G showed me is it's okay to be vulnerable and talk about your trials and tribulations. Like that's actually one of my favorite songs by him is Trials and Tribulations by Polo G.
Mm.
But that song Battle Cry, um, yeah, I think it's the second verse. The second verse is what got me through a lot of the things that I was going through in New York. And then I ended up listening to that song so much that I ended up just writing my own version to the song. And that's how and then after I let my homeboy who actually makes music, like that's another thing. New York has a big influence on my music as well, but
Mm.
I let my boy Biz B, he's a rapper from Brooklyn. I let him hear the rap that I did to Polo G's thing, and he was like, "Yeah, bro, you gotta step into the studio." And then when I recorded it, I dropped it, and then yeah, everybody was like, "Yeah, bro, you can't stop rapping, bro. Like you got a real talent." And then that's when Momentary Motions came after that. And Momentary Motions, that has more of a J.I. the Prince of New York, Lil Tjay feel to it.
Okay.
And that's because at that time it's 2020. I'm in Brooklyn. This
Yeah.
is this is what's going on. You
Right.
feel me?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I remember that's when Gallus had dropped. Like it was just a movie. All right,
Mm.
like New York 2020
That was a big time.
movie.
Yeah.
It was a different time, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie, like I missed a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying, growing up being the generation that I'm in, but as far as like our uh our accolades and stuff, I'd say that pandemic season we really had a lot of stuff going on for us. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah. Nah. Y'all had cause that was like right. I guess Pop Smoke was just like about the
Literally.
yeah, he was going crazy. I just seen somebody I was on TikTok, somebody was like, "Oh yeah, Bankroll Fresh was kind of like our Pop Smoke down here." Or so that was an interesting take. But yeah, I could definitely hear Polo G in that song that we had played just now. And Polo G is from Chicago, so you got a nice mixed bag of everyone. You said you got some Lil Tjay and J out of
Oh
Prince.
yeah, also Honcho. I gotta give a shout out to the big Ock from the A. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Honcho is a big influence Honcho is actually a big influence on me even becoming Muslim.
Mm,
So I just I want to give a shout out to him. He also talks a lot about relationships,
yeah.
and that's a big topic for me because of like how my experience with relationships have been, but also like how the relationships around me have affected me and my development. So yeah, I want to give a big shout out to Honcho. Who else? I can't think of much of anybody else who I grew up listening to. I grew up listening to Sam Cooke, Lauryn Hill, Bob Marley, Buju Banton, um, Stevie Wonder.
That's real musical
Who
background.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I grew up on good music, so I think that's the reason I make kind of good music. That's my hypothesis.
That's real. That Honcho right now, he's just like I like Honcho's music. They just kind of memeing him right now with the birthday song on TikTok. But people choose to misunderstand rappers just for the joke. But I know like if you really listen to Honcho, he has some good music. But it's just one of those times where people get a joke and start to run with it. But yeah, nah. And people just listening to the mainstream music of it. So once you get deeper into his catalog, for sure, like he's got some real
Nah, cause
stuff
the
you
thing
fuck with.
about Honcho, the thing I respect about Honcho, like I found out about Honcho after my uncle was locked up with him.
Mm,
You feel me? So, and then I ended up meeting him later on at a gas station. We were supposed to collab on some music, but so the thing for me about Honcho is the development. Like he went from making street music for street dudes to understanding like, okay, just cause this is what I lived and this is what I come from, this isn't what I want to be and where I want to go to. So
mm,
Honcho took a conscious decision to change his target audience from the streets to basically the women. You feel what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Hmm.
And the ladies are who are really gonna support
Facts.
male artists. You feel what I'm saying? Like they're the ones who's gonna buy the shirts. They're the one who's gonna buy the tickets. They're the one who's gonna repost your stuff, show you love. You know what I'm saying? They gon' So basically, it helped me understand like I don't have to be no rah rah shoot 'em up bang bang
Thugged out.
artist. Like I
Hmm.
don't gotta be no fake gangster to, you know what I'm saying, really
Have a
have
career.
a have yeah, and have an impact. Cause the the money is secondary to me at this point. You feel me? I've been doing this for 7 years. At this point, if I was doing it for the money, I would have quit a long time ago. But
Same with us. Same with
but
us.
to be real, to be real, like yeah, I love seeing elevation and like that's like a big thing that I look forward into my role models. Like, well, I wouldn't say role models, but the people that inspire me.
Hmm.
Like for example, growing up, Kodak was one of my favorite rappers, but he just kept going back to jail. You feel what I'm saying? So it was just like, damn, like I can't continue to emulate somebody that doesn't emulate what I want to be. You know what I'm saying? Isn't being a good example. So who else? Yeah, go ahead with if you guys have any more questions.
Yeah. So I mean, definitely with the switching over towards well, not catering towards women, but that's definitely a more I would say lucrative just in terms of who is going to actually support you. Because when it comes to guys, it's like a lot of people want to be rappers too. So it's like that support isn't always the same. So you really everyone sees each other as competition to a degree. So also with I was about to say when you were talking about creating the music for you want to who you want to actually attract to your music. I seen an interview with His name's
Lil
Lil
Tony.
Tony. Yeah, Lil Tony. That's exactly what I was about to say. So he was just talking about having
That's actually my RW5. That's one of my partners from back in the day. We had a mutual friend, Lil Fat. He ended up passing away to gun violence, but his dad is actually running for the state representative of Georgia, Ken Collier. So if
Oh
y'all
wow.
stay in that district, make sure y'all give him a vote for sure.
Okay, down. That's what's up. So what would you think about that? Well, I mean, you kind of spoke to it, but just you want to talk about kind of what Lil Tony was talking about and get Frank, like Frank probably
Oh
didn't hear
yeah,
that
no,
interview.
I definitely rock with Lil Tony's whole message. Like Lil Tony and Lil Dill and R5, I like get behind what they pushing. You feel what I'm saying? Because what Tony and Dill is doing is, in my opinion, it's starting a wave that's going to heal the industry. You feel me? Because rap music is dying. You feel what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, our generation is the generation that was affected by the trap music of the 2000s and stuff. That lifestyle led into what we have, like this drill environment. Like the trap lifestyle led into the drill environment. Me and my generation, we don't lost enough folks to realize, like, bro, like, I'm not trying to be in the streets no more. Ain't nothing cool about this. You feel me? And our generation is turning towards ourselves, like looking within and really trying to have a relationship with God, and focus on what's important, becoming family men, and being men of morals and things of this nature. Like I'm noticing, like, the industry was made a lot of money off of death, but at the end of the day, like pushing that message of like sex, money, drugs. You feel what I'm saying? And all of that, and where my generation is going. Like, first of all, my generation drinks the least out of any generation in quite some time,
Mm-hmm.
and we have some of the highest numbers of believers, I guess you could say. Like, we're one of the most religious generations. So what I'm noticing is, like, and that's something I push a lot in my music as well, is like being open about my relationship with God, you know what I'm saying? And talking on that, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times people feel like, oh, the conversations that we have, like, a lot of times people just be talking about nothing, just bullshit. Excuse my French, but like that's what they be doing. You feel what I'm saying? Just to uphold a facade or an image, but nobody is really challenging themselves and challenging their minds to create something. Like, to me, like, I read a quote the other day. It said the opposite of depression for a creative isn't joy, it's creation. If you're sad, create something about what you're feeling, how this is affecting you. And I'm sorry,
Not
I
good.
lost my train of thought. I lost
Not
my
No,
good.
train of thought.
no, no. This is really good. And I know we're drawing close on time. Hopefully, hopefully, Dre can see the benefits of you being the first official artist that we've had. And I purposely didn't tell you a whole lot about what Dre is doing because I didn't want to cloud your appearance. And I think it's allowed you to just flow. But uh, this 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 will be historic because of what Dre is creating and what you are creating. And when you hear about these big brands, whether it be Fat Farm or Soul Train, they all start from a particular point. Now, Dre's, you know, recently celebrated an anniversary for WeTheSauce, and this particular podcast is only about 2 years old. And
Mm.
so a lot of times what happens is people, they don't understand all the background work that goes into what they see.
Yeah, the intricacies.
Yeah, yeah. And so that's what I like about what I'm hearing from you. Usually, in my opinion, the rappers who stick, they usually, or who become legendary in my book, they usually have some scars. The ones who just rise fast and, they become the overnight sensations, those people, they don't last. But the people who have a story, those are the ones who have longevity. And 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 you said something that's really important because Dre, part of the premise for WeTheSauce has to do with Dre believing strongly that instead of rap rising, rap as a genre is not rising. But it's going to take people like you, people like Dre, to do your part to help resurrect it, if you will. And the messaging, which is what you were talking about, plays a big part of it. And I have to address this because a lot of times when people talk about men, particularly black men, we know there's those guys who are knuckleheads, but you threw out something real quick. A lot of people didn't catch it, but it's true that men in your age bracket are coming to faith at a faster clip than maybe any time in recent history. But I specifically said men, and so there's also a responsibility as men to bring our women back around because for so long the women have, at least for black folks, the women have been carrying things to a large extent. But things are shifting. Things are shifting. And the men, I see men taking their place again. So
I feel like what it is the systems that were put in place to suppress our people, you know what I'm saying, they no longer have the footholds that they used to have. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, like when we talk about women taking over things, that's simply because the government forced the men out of the homes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just talking about this on TikTok Live earlier today about welfare checks. Like, the original welfare checks weren't people going in to check in on you and make sure you're good. No, welfare checks were people coming in to make sure there was no male figure in the house so that the moms could be able to receive the government checks from welfare. So when you just look at this systematic system of, like, for me, matter of fact, I wanted to say this to Dre after I heard what you said, your point. I wanted you to go ahead and play Common Casualty. And then I wanted to end the time we had, go ahead and breaking down that message that I shared in that song.
Okay, we have 9 minutes, so let me go play that real quick. What or hold on, let me share the screen. You can just show me where.
It's right underneath Cold World.
Okay.
And yeah, to your point, like this song Common Casualty is also known as Alone right there.
Okay.
And yeah, I made this song when I felt like I was alone in my process, and I'm just glad to have built a community and a network of people that let me know that that's no longer the case. So I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all play that.
Okay, bet. Let me get that playing. Let me know if you can hear it.
On Alabama's beaches, the coastal code isn't written on signs. It's written in the moments you make. It says, drop your flip-flops in the boardwalk and run.
Well, we can't hear the advertisement.
Seashells are the party favors of the Gulf, and all dance floors extend to the shoreline. Ready for a place where play leads the way? You'll get it when you get here. It starts with rule number 1. Start planning at alabamabeaches.com.
5 a.m. I'm up with a crisp Celsius energy drink. Running 12 miles today. Grab a green juice, quick change, and head to work. Meetings, workshops. One more Celsius, no slowing down. Working late, but obviously still meeting the girls for a little dancing. Celsius. Live, fit, go. Grab a cold, refreshing Celsius at your local retailer or locate now at Celsius.com.
If I have a son, I'll teach him to be brave. Cause if I have a son,
Is it playing? You shared the tab audio?
That's what I was trying. Let me see. Stop presenting. I thought that was clicked automatically from last time. Okay, bet. There we go. Yeah, sorry. At first it was playing the advertisement, so I was muting it for that, but okay. Can you hear now?
and when you run to the corner store for a snack, I wanna know that you'll make it back home.
Stunner made it, or they gotta be it.
Walking through this world alone, I wonder, can you feel me? Don't talk about my problems, cause I don't think that you hear me. Losing battles with depression, I done sold myself to kill me. If these kids don't do it first, my colors why they feel me. Ain't tryna lend a hand, now they tryna apprehend me. This system built against me, and I get reminded yearly. 4,400, lost their life to brutality. I'm doing what I can, so I don't become a casualty. Same problem, different name, date, and time. It's the 21st century, my color's still a crime. This country was built for free by people like me. Yeah, we still paying with our time and our lives. And then you wonder why we riot. What you expect? You wanted us to stay quiet, and the system built against us continually reminded. Can't be quiet cause we tired. It's the same narrative, perpetually transpiring. Walking through this world alone, I wonder, can you feel me? Don't talk about my problems cause I don't think that you hear me. Losing battles with depression, I done told myself to kill me. If these kids don't do it first, my colors why they feel me. Ain't tryna lend a hand, now they tryna apprehend me. This system built against me, and I get reminded yearly. 4,400, lost their life to brutality. I'm doing what I can so I don't become a casualty. Walking through this world alone, I wonder, can you feel me? Don't talk about my problems cause I don't think that you hear me. Losing battles with depression, I done told myself to kill me. If these kids don't do it first, my colors why they feel me. Ain't tryna lend a hand, now they tryna apprehend me. This system built against me, and I get reminded yearly. 4,400, lost their life to brutality. I'm doing what I can so I don't become a casualty.
Okay. So we got 5 minutes if you want to talk about that real quick. Hold on, let me just stop sharing real quick. There you go. All right, floor is yours, man.
Now, go ahead and tell me what y'all thought about it.
Me personally, I like that. I think that, of course you've got a gang of cuts, I'm sure, but to me, that's one of the ones that you should be pushing.
Yeah, go. What about you, Andre?
Yeah, no, I like that one. That was you said that was almost like 3 years ago, or from what it looked like. So yeah, I could hear. I think the other one was a little bit more higher quality, just in terms of like production wise. But I mean, it sounded like that was like you starting out for real, just with the getting used to your sound and everything. So, but yeah, concept wise, you definitely touching on a lot of things that you've learned growing up, just about your past, your history and stuff. So I'm hearing you mention the system built against you, things like that. So You know what I mean? I think you tried to really put a lot of, not like, you know, put concepts that, you know, people, like you said, you can grow from and other people can grow from, just by kind of understanding. And because to me, anytime somebody, you know, mentions that, you know, it always can lead people into doing more research, which I'm always for. Like, you know what I mean? Okay, well, like somebody was like, okay, well, I didn't know the system was built against me. So, you know, they start to ask themselves about the system. So introducing that type of conversation at any point is always good, in my opinion.
Yeah, so to take y'all through the creation of the song. So I made this song after I got out of jail for the first time, and then shortly after I got out of jail from my first time, my uncle who was on the run got caught up and got locked up. So, and then also at this time we got George Floyd and BLM, all these different things happening at that time, and it really just came from a place of frustration. You know what I'm saying? Just fed up with this reality that I was placed in, and really just doing some introspective work on how I feel about everything that's going on. And I ended up staying all night writing a 2-page poem. And you can find that poem on my Instagram. I'm gonna go ahead and repost it soon so you can find it. But yeah, it went from this 2-page poem, and then I found the beat, and I ended up turning it into the song that it is now. And
We got 1 minute left, so
yeah, so all right, you wanna just go ahead and do some outros, like tell them where to find me at and
yeah,
stuff?
yeah. Go share your Instagram, everything, or where you want
All right,
people to
yeah.
follow you.
So my Instagram is D1.Dreamz. You know what I'm saying? You can find me on all platforms at D1.Dreamz with a Z. You can also follow the label page at Dreamers with a Z dot circle. You can also follow my uncle's lounge at Bakari's Pizza on Instagram and TikTok. You could follow Stubbs X Stubbs, that's who sponsored this hat. Follow Get You Some Rich Friends. And yeah, we're got some big things coming for y'all this summer. So I'm looking forward to being back here and sharing some time with you.
I appreciate it. Thank you,
Enjoyed having
everybody,
you,
for
man.
joining us. Oh yeah, I got right at the